Everyone has heard of Five Nights at Freddy's, if not the most popular horror game out there. But have you ever thought about it? What actually makes Five Nights at Freddy's scary? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be going through today. Hey, if you like my content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, let's begin. The game's background gives it a ton of leeway due to it coming out in mid-2014, where horror games weren't as popular, so many people didn't really have expectations for anything like this. This game takes all the elements of a stereotypical horror game and just throws them out the window. In this game, you're bound to a chair. You're not able to run away or fight back. No, you're just a sitting duck. Only thing to your disposal is 2 metal doors and a camera system, while these 9-foot-tall animatronics are hunting you down, wanting to kill you in very brutal ways. This element is what makes Five Nights at Freddy's scary. The sense of no control over the situation, like you're helpless. It is utterly terrifying. Put yourself in the night guard situation. You're a normal, out-of-the-mill man looking for a job. You take a job at a pizza restaurant at night for some silly animatronics, making sure that they don't run away or get into anything bad, thinking it would be an easy job. Just to find out the animatronics want to kill you. You have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and you're outnumbered. That's gotta be utterly terrifying of a situation to be in. Imagine going into your 12 to 6 job, making minimum wage just to unknowingly be attacked by killer robots that want to give you an extremely painful death. That's not even your fault. The only reason they're trying to kill you is because they think you're the guy who killed them. And you're just some random dude who needs a little bit of money. I would low-key be pissed. The atmosphere of this game is very surreal as well. A dark and decrepit place that exists in real life in different forms. It's not over-the-top horror like Outlast, and not silly horror like a random itch.io game. No. This game has real-life elements to what a place would look like at night, giving you the vision that this is a real place, and the events that are happening to the night guard could possibly be happening to someone right now in real life. Now obviously we all know killer robots at a pizza food chain aren't real, but you know what place that exists that's similar to Five Nights at Freddy's? You guessed it, ChuckECheese. Being the closest thing we will have from the first game, as well as having the same horror element. The animatronics at ChuckECheese at nighttime are pure nightmare fuel. Just take a look at this. Now picture yourself in the building with those animatronics, but they are walking around and trying to kill you. You cannot tell me you wouldn't need a change of pants afterwards. Movies like Halloween and Child's Play are scary in their own right. However, I believe Five Nights at Freddy's would be so much scarier, due to you being in an unfamiliar location with multiple monsters coming to hunt you down, while you are unarmed. Nothing you can do will save you. I mean, you're going up against giant hunks of steel. What are you going to do when Freddy Fazbear walks in front of you and you try to punch him with your fist? You are shattering your hand and then getting your entire body thrown into a suit. And to top it all off, you signed up for it, knowing damn well what you're getting into. And even if you didn't, after the first night, you can leave. But that single night would haunt your memories forever if you survive. I know I've been talking a lot about ChuckECheese in this video, and it's supposed to be about Five Nights at Freddy's, and yes, you may be right. But remember, Five Nights at Freddy's isn't real, but ChuckECheese is. So taking the intentions of the bots from Five Nights at Freddy's and putting them into the ChuckECheese robots would be the closest thing we would have to Five Nights at Freddy's in real life. Just imagine you're walking down a dark hallway in the ChuckECheese restaurant, and you see this thing at the end of the hallway. I would run so fast, my feet would start burning rubber. I know that's not possible, but it would happen. That thing is so ugly and terrifying. Not only that, but you're in a small, confined place that you cannot leave until your shift is over. In my opinion, I would probably just hide and not stay inside the office, since the animatronics would flock there like a pack of degenerates outside a GameStop after a new Call of Duty releases, because they all expect you to be there. But hiding in a dark room while hearing heavy footsteps, only of the very monsters that are trying to come and kill you, is nightmare fuel. I might end up pissing my pants if I was in that situation. But good thing they don't have noses because they can't smell. Alright, that would be amazing. Backing up from the ChuckECheese, I want to name another element, and that would be intelligence. These robots are not just blood-hungry monsters, but they have a mind that they can use. They use tactics to get to you easier as well as be able to overwhelm you, like Freddy likes to hide in the shadows and Foxy uses his speed to outrun you. While Bonnie and Chica both come from each side of the office to make the night guard in some cases choose who to take care of instead of the other, making the night guard anxious since he always has two immediate threats coming at each of the doors. And also Golden Freddy, who basically just aura farms in the back room while you're fighting for your life and shows up randomly. I mean, he's really easy to take care of, but he's still another thing that's trying to kill you. Over to the nights, they get more and more aggressive because they want to learn your pattern and how you stay alive and what you use to stay alive before they go all out. And these traits are terrifying. Not only are they monsters, but intelligent monsters. That is more scary than a mindless beast coming for you by far. I think we all know one of the most stressful mechanics in the game, and that being the power supply mechanic. If this did not exist, this game would be cake, absolutely easy, not scary at all, but it is in the game to give you a sense of urgency, so every little thing you do counts. If you mess up once, it could cost you your life. Seeing the battery go down as you get closer and closer to the end makes your heart beat like no other. And then all of a sudden, you run out of power. And all you hear is silence. You hear slow but heavy footsteps approach you. Almost like they're trying to be intimidating. You know who it is, and you're dreading the end. So you hear silence, and silence, and silence. But then the clock strikes 6, and all that fear and anxiety goes away, just for you to come back and do it all again the next day. Why would you do this? I don't know. Maybe you're very strapped for cash and you need to pay your bills because the United States is very expensive to live in at now. And I know you're in Hurricane, Utah, because that's where Five Nights at Freddy's takes place. I don't know the tax rates there or what mortgage is like, but hey, sometimes you need the money, right? Sorry. I got a little carried away. Five Nights at Freddy's has been making such an impact on modern horror that they even made a movie out of it with a sequel coming out in a few months. But real Five Nights at Freddy's fans know that FNAF 2 isn't a sequel, but it's actually a prequel. I had to say that or else someone would have yelled at me again. Because some of you are crazy and want to watch me burn. From things like fan games, short Hulu animations, to even Halloween events at ChuckECheese themselves, obviously inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, in the poster, they are all literally posed up like the FNAF 2 animatronics in the title screen. They really didn't hide it at all. This is the most clear thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, just look at all of them. I mean, it's on the opposite side of the screen, but you get the gist. The fear and anxiety from the first game made it worldwide to everyone. That is why it is so well known today, because FNAF 1 had very little lore, so people couldn't really be interested in that at the time, but they were interested in the way the game worked, as well as the scary and decrepit nature of the game. And that is why I believe Five Nights at Freddy's is a scary game up to this day. Wow. I didn't think I could get all of that in this video. I didn't think I could get all those reasons in here either, but here we are. Anyways, I hope you all liked the video, and if you agree or disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. And don't be rude, or else you'll end up getting cooked like this guy. Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about, man, but whatever. I cooked you, brother. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you liked it, remember to subscribe, like, and comment down below and turn on notifications. Also, only a whopping 1.5% of you guys are subscribed. We need to get these numbers up, okay? Or else I'll pull a Corey Kenshin again, all right? I will leave for 5 months, like I did before. And y'all don't want that because I'm amazing, right? Right? Anyways, that's all I gotta say. See y'all.